concert.
Yeah, he's ill, I
I
guess.
think he's in bad shape.
Yeah, he is, right?
Here we are. Thursday. Just a lovely Thursday.
Pretty ill, yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
What's that? Oh, being in the other seat? We all ready? Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I am your temporary chairperson for the evening, Rebecca Alessia, and if you've been here when I've subbed in for our regular chairperson before, you know I will ask for some patience because I sometimes make flubs as I go along. Before we begin, I would like to brief you on some of the rules and procedures used during our hearings. When the hearing number is called, the applicant or representative will come up to the podium. If they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary, and then they will present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearings, the board members have visited properties on tonight's calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. If they are present, they will be called up and sworn in and allowed to speak. We will then allow the applicant to give some brief rebuttal remarks to address any concerns of the interested parties. At that point, the hearing will be closed. Please note, the stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes our proceedings do not end until 1 a.m. or later. We are not anticipating that this evening. Please rest assured that everyone who is here will be heard. Lastly, at approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a few postponements this evening. The first postponement is hearing number 8, appeal number 25-511, Kellyanne Contino. The second postponement is hearing number 18, appeal number 25-516, Chandra Shaker Koda. And the third hearing is hearing number 19, appeal number 25-520, Nancy Unser. Is anyone here in the audience appearing on any of those hearings? No, wonderful. With that being said, we'll begin with the call of the regular action calendar. Hearing number 1, appeal number 25-509, Robert Solomon.
Obsessed during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please?
Gregory Meindl, 84 Bunker Hill Road, Salisbury, Connecticut, 06068. Appearing for the owner, Robert Solomon, of 23 Algonquin Avenue, Massapequa, New York. I'm going to pass up to the board an aerial photograph that each of you can take a look at. We're here this evening requesting permission to allow an existing 6-foot-high vinyl fence exceeding the maximum height across the front yard of Seaview Street. This property is a corner lot. The homeowner has had this house for many years. The fence is most likely 15-plus years old. There's never been any objections to this particular fence in the front yard. If you look at the aerial photograph that I've submitted, there are 5 other properties with similar fences in the front yard on a corner lot. What makes ours unique is that we are the only one of all the houses like this that have no line of sight issue with the neighbor's driveway. So we have perfect line of sight from the abutting neighbor on Seaview Street. There's no line of sight issue at the corner of Algonquin. The house itself is maintained in a good condition, and as I stated, no objections to this. As you can see by the photograph, there is a pool that is proposed to be removed. We're going to be doing some other things to the property, removing a shed, and putting in a new shed with a permit eventually. That's basically our case.
Great, thank you so much for bringing the aerial. That definitely is helpful, and we can, at least I can see from here that it's the nearest driveway, seems fairly far away. Any comments or questions from the board? Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, I'll take a motion,
Nassau County Planning
Oh.
Commission recommends local determination.
and then I will take a motion. I'll take a motion.
Take a motion.
Decision.
Decision?
Decision.
Thank you. Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
2, Greg.
Next is hearing number 2, appeal number 25-510, Patricia Micalini at 39 Waterview Avenue, Massapequa.
Thank you. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Richard Bronchick, Bronchick, 4JL Drafting, 707 Route 110, Farmingdale, New York.
Thank you.
Patricia McElhiney, 39 Waterview Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is an 80 by 100 undersized R1-10 property. The house is a ranch with crawl space only, no basement. We are requesting one variance to allow a maximum building coverage of 25.9%, where the maximum allowed is 20%. The owners are seeking to add 204.47 square feet for a 12.7 by 16.1 family room, and 193.2 square feet for a 12 by 16.1 deck, both structures side by side, attached to the rear of the house. The owners are retiring soon and will be spending much more time at the house, and hope to make use of it and enjoy it without feeling claustrophobic. It's a small home, and as senior citizens, they want to avoid having to build up and avoid having to go up and down stairs. We ask that you grant the variance.
Thank you. Have you been in touch with the abutting neighbors on this application?
Oh, yes, I have.
We-
One of the neighbors has been kind enough to write a letter,
Number 36.
But that's across the street, to be fair. but
Yeah.
not abutting.
Wonderful.
and each neighbor on each side of me has no issue.
We love to hear that. Great. Is anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any question of the board? From the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Decision, thank you. The public hearing is, told you guys we'd have some flubs. Public hearing is closed. The decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office, and congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you, have a good evening.
Next is hearing number 3, appeal number 25-519, Russell Children Irrevocable Trust at 177 Ocean Avenue, Massapequa, New York. Good evening, Mr. Schumacher.
Good evening.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Robert Schumacher, 6 Denton Place, Farmingdale. I'd like to pass up some photos for the board. Representing Russell Children Irrevocable Trust of 177 Ocean Avenue, Massapequa. The homeowners are seeking a variance to maintain a basketball court not having the required side yard setback, and a garage addition with roof over exceeding the maximum height, exceeding the gross floor area, and to maintain a driveway having less side yard setback than required, and to amend decision number 07-522. In regard to the basketball court, I've taken many photos for the board showing there's large evergreen-type shrubs in between the properties. There's also a fence in between the properties. The garage addition, the height is 14.42 feet, where 12 feet is the maximum. The addition is behind the garage, it's not visible from the street, and as the photos show, it's lower than the existing garage. It's not visible to the neighbors because of the shrubbery. In regard to the driveway, there is a section of the driveway on the south side of the property that was widened, and the neighbor directly next door has a similar wide driveway. There was a prior variance back in 2007, which was granted and necessary permits were issued. There's never been any complaints or violations from the town on this property, and as the photos show, the house in excellent condition and has always been well-maintained.
Thank you.
Mr. Schumacher, tell me again about the prior zoning board decision that doesn't comply?
Because it was specific plan with the prior variance. That's why they had to come, ask for an amendment to it.
They would have to come in for any changes.
Any change to the property.
Mr. Schumacher, looking at this structure, what is this structure?
Just a roof over.
No, the building.
The building, this is part of the main.
The garage is
home?
in the front and the
Oh,
roof over is in the rear.
So this is the garage?
Yes, the front part, which was existing, and that's higher than the addition.
Understood. So it looks like there's a front door to the garage as well. Is there any?
There's two doors, two garage doors.
Is there any plumbing or heating in that? Thank you.
On the plans, the plumbing is going to be removed in that addition. It's on the plans. It was a cabana for the pool. There's a pool there, but it's going to be removed.
Okay, it's not being occupied, it's not
Oh,
habitable
no,
living
it's
space?
a garage inside.
It's a garage inside, okay, great.
Any issues with the neighbors on the basketball court for the years that it's been there?
Not that I know of.
You sent out the green cards and we have them
Yes.
back?
Okay.
Okay, terrific. Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to
Thank
fire
you. Have a good
office.
evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, you as well. Next is hearing number 4, appeal number 26-2, Misha Khan at 537 Rutherford Drive in Seaford.
Thank you. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Salvatore Koshia, permits are us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening, Acting Chairwoman and members of the board. I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Khan. Property is located in R17 zone, 537 Rutherford Drive in Seaford. They're proposing to maintain an open porch with an aggregate side yard setback of 19.4 feet, where 20 feet is required. The open porch is in keeping with the existing aggregate setback of the dwelling, and a shed that has a 2.6 rear yard, 2.6 side yard setback, and a 2-foot rear yard setback where 3 feet is required.
Seems pretty straightforward to me.
Yep.
I was to the property, and it conforms with the neighborhood and the board.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Anyone in the audience who cares to address the board on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board?
No, good.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, you as well. Next is hearing number 5, appeal number 23-639, Carl Drive LLC, located at 368 Melville Road in Farmingdale.
You in charge of that?
Good evening, Andrew Filippozzi of Harris Bloom and Archer, appearing on behalf of the applicant, Carl Drive LLC. We are before you tonight for an amendment of a specific plan from a prior variance. This is for a proposed subdivision of the property, which leaves one lot within the village of Farmingdale and one lot within the town. After we had gotten the variance from this board, we returned back to the village, needed to make some changes to the proposed home in the town, and so the house ultimately got smaller. Everything else is in conformity. There's no change with the variance, which is for lot width in the rear of the property, and the board has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Do you have your approval from the other municipality? I guess it's the village?
Yes, we have approval from the Village of Farmingdale. Assuming that this board grants this variance, we'll have our letter of zoning compliance from the town, and we'll be making application to Nassau County Planning Commission for minor subdivision approval.
And the dwelling's decreasing in size, correct?
Yes, yes, and it'll be more in conformity with the surrounding homes, the new home to be built on the corner, and the existing homes in the area.
Understood.
And the property, the home you're building is going to be facing Melville Road, the front?
Yes,
Yes.
both houses will be fronting on Melville Road.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Is anyone in the audience here that cares to address the board on this matter? Seeing no hands, any additional questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much. Have a good
Thank you
night.
very much. Have a good night. Next is hearing number 6, appeal number 25-481, Tara Lynch at 19 Oakdale Boulevard in Farmingdale. Oh, that will be heard in conjunction with hearing number 7, appeal number 25-482, same name, same address. Thank you, Ms. Cloninger.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Palumbo.
Good evening. Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Yes, I do. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm appearing on behalf of Tara Lynch of 19 Oakdale Boulevard, Farmingdale, New York. We are requesting a variance to maintain an existing second kitchen for a proposed parent-child use, which is located in an R17 zone and permitted with the Zoning Board of Appeals approval. Tara Lynch and her daughter Destiny will be residing on the first floor. Tara's sister Stacy Lynch will be residing on the second floor. All the adult occupants have signed the Declaration of Restricted Covenants, which requires one entry, one doorbell, one mailbox, one boiler, one electric meter, and a minimum of 5 open risers to the second floor, and for the permit to be renewed every 3 years. We will be providing 3 off-street parking spaces in tandem. We are also requesting a variance to maintain an existing cabana and gazebo, which exceeds the maximum permitted gross floor area of 3,245 square feet, maintaining a gross floor area of 3,638 square feet. The existing seasonal cabana contains 2 plumbing fixtures and also requires the zoning board's approval. There are 3 previous zoning board decisions for this property. Decision number 72-8, dated January 6, 1972, which granted a variance to construct a dwelling with less lot width and aggregate side yards. Decision number 72-114, dated April 6, 1972, which granted a variance to install a second kitchen for use as a mother-daughter residence. And decision number 80-03, dated January 17, 1980, and amended on March 19, 1998, which granted a variance to allow an existing kitchen or second kitchen to remain for use as a mother-daughter dwelling and to permit required parking in tandem. We are also asking for decision number 72-8 to be amended with our application this evening. Tara, along with her sister, Stacy, purchased this property in November of 2019 and did not realize that they were required to file a new application with the building department to continue the existing parent-child use. I'd like to submit additional photos. Those photos of the basement. As you can see in the prepared plans and the photos that I submitted, the existing finished cellar contains an open finished storage area, a 3-piece bathroom, and a mechanical room. There is an existing cellar entrance on the north side of the dwelling at the rear of the property, which is accessed from the rear yard and leads directly into the existing mechanical room. Also note that these conditions existed prior to my client owning the property. Additional photos were submitted earlier to you. I do not have consent letters for the application. They were requested of the owner. Property is well maintained, and the existing conditions and structures are consistent with the character of this neighborhood, and that completes our application.
So if I understand the past, when relief was granted back in 72, it did not include the basement entrance?
The variance, there's no record that it included the basement entrance in 72.
So they
So-
came for a variance, we gave them a variance, and they built outside the scope of the variance we gave them?
The previous owner, yes. Assuming that they did. Based on record, I'm sure that there was a previous owner that did it sometime after 72.
Mr. Palumbo, I was at the property and I saw a side door. Does the side door on the north side, does it go up into the house or downstairs?
There's a side door on the side of the house that leads to both the first floor, and you can turn left and go down to the basement.
It does both? Okay.
Yeah. It's a typical entrance on those houses.
Okay. Okay, but it's not, it doesn't go to the upstairs? How-
Not to the second floor.
So the second floor, there's a staircase inside the first floor?
Second floor is accessed through the front door of the house.
Both families use the front door?
Yes,
One
and there's
door
open,
down,
there's
one
open risers to the first floor.
Okay, great.
Anyone present that wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any additional questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion? Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 9, appeal number 26-11, Gina Hartman at 99 Intervale Avenue in Farmingdale, New York. Good evening, Mr. Gray.
Good evening.
Promise to tell the truth during this
Swear it
proceeding.
first. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Name-
ma'am.
Name and address, please.
Chris Gray, architect, 2401 Capri Place, North Belmore, New York, representing Gina Marie Hartman at 99 Intervale Avenue, Farmingdale. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to hand in 2 cards, mailing cards.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. My client, what we're here for is to legalize a roof over a deck. It's a covered deck in the back of their home. I was part of this, the previous construction. There was a prior variance here, 21-412, and that was dated 9/23/2021. That project consisted of squaring off the house and putting a full second floor. At that time, there was a rear a concrete deck that had no roof on it at the time. And the issues are, there are 4 issues that we're going to address. I'd just like to jump to the main house one, the 3rd and the 4th. At the time, well, it says here, existing roof over deck and 2 sheds exceed the maximum permitted coverage of 25%, and the proposed is 37.48. So that sounds awful, but on this last hearing that we had, we were approved for a building coverage of 30.8% at that time. And also at that time, that deck did not add to the building coverage. Now that it has a roof on it, now it was added to that. So that's the reason why it is now bumped up to 37.48%. And then also with the floor area, there was an approved, from the last drawing, the maximum permitted floor area was 2,900 square feet based on the property size, and they were approved for 3,236, and that got bumped up to 3,576 square feet. Basically, the coverage didn't really change. It was the fact that the roof came over this deck. Now it counts for these various calculations. And then after this project, the owner took it upon himself to build this roof over. Then they filed for an in-ground pool, and then they got the roof over the deck came to light. Now with these sheds, there is an existing large shed in the back, and with a less than required yards, there's a rear yard of 2.5 feet and a side yard of 2.4, where the required setback is 3 feet. Fairly close to what is required. And then there's a secondary smaller shed, and that happens to be 0.5 feet off the property line where 3 feet is required. Now, they were supposed to move that larger shed at the last hearing, but apparently they didn't. Now the pool is in place, so it's a little tight in that backyard. So what to do with the sheds will be in the board's hands. So that's basically the story, and that is
So-
my case.
The story is that they came here in '21,
Yes.
asked us for permission to do a few things,
Mm-hmm.
went back home and did what they wanted to, essentially,
Yes.
and now they're here because they got caught.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
That's it in a nutshell.
All right, we'll take that all into consideration during our deliberations.
I'm the bearer of the news, that's
I know,
all.
I am being very careful not to shoot the messenger. You're lucky that Ms. Byrne is off tonight. Is it any, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I was to the property, and on the side of the house, there's, the rear of the house, the end of the building, there's a 6-foot fence. But the rest of the side of, looking from the road, you can see the air conditioner, the condenser, and the pool equipment. I believe
Yes.
that's what they are. Would they be able to screen that from the street, like with a shrubbery?
Well, that, perhaps they can make that a condition. Make that a condition.
Good answer. Okay.
That's,
Thank you.
it's understandable. That is a requirement, and they didn't seem to do that, so why not?
At the rear of the house, like in the back.
North side of the property.
Correct, right. And, but then the side of the house is exposed from the street, and that's what all the equipment is. The air conditioner, the pool
You
equipment.
sure that's the right house? Where did they fit a pool in the back of that house?
Look at the plot plan. I show all the, I show the equipment on the north side of the property.
Interview.
Mr. Girardi was just looking at the Google Earth picture.
Here's the in-ground pool. And then here's C on the side of the house.
And so you're thinking the shrubs, the screening should go,
To the front of the house. This is the shrubbery, this is the equipment.
right,
The heater, the filter, AC.
so you
This-
can't see it from the street?
You can.
No, I'm
Ju-
saying if they
yes,
put
just
the
screen it.
screening. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we will discuss. Is anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any further questions or comments from the board?
Do you see it, Flo? But you're okay, did you see the fence?
I'm sorry.
Did you see it? The
Yes.
fence? Okay.
Okay. Motion.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Sorry, Sue. Motion decision, public hearing has been closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to by our office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good
Next,
night.
you have the next one. Next is hearing number 10, appeal number 25-506, Balkar Bala, located at 501 Broadway in Bethpage.
Good evening.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes, I do. Robert LaBarbera, 115 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York. I have here consent forms, letter signed by all the neighbors,
Great.
and
Green cards, thank you much.
good evening. I'm here tonight representing Mr. and Mrs. Bauer of 501 Broadway, Bethpage, New York. This is this is on the corner, northwest corner of Broadway and Beverly Road, I think it is. Beverly Road in Bethpage. We are seeking a variance to allow a 6-foot-high PVC fence exceeding maximum height across side front yard of Beverly Road than permitted by ordinance. The existing 6-foot fence, PVC fencing, beginning at the point near the southwest corner of the dwelling, running south 22 feet to Beverly Road, then running 63 feet along Beverly Road, connecting to the 8-foot angled fence and continuing along the neighbor's driveway, meeting up with the code-compliant fence. The corner lot, they're putting the fence up. The angled portion will give the neighbor who has a driveway visual view of that corner where the fence would be along his driveway.
So you're offering to angle it, is that what you're telling
Yes.
us? Okay.
And we have consent from all the neighbors,
Got it.
including them, from everybody. So that concludes.
So the last 6-foot run,
Yes, will be angled,
okay.
and it will give you a visual safety.
So we'll condition that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian, can you do me a favor and just mark that on your map where it is? Thank you. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion? Decision? Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to by our office.
Have a good night.
I'm a one-man band. Hearing number 11, appeal number 25-513, Alexander Klimowicz, 29 North Pershing Avenue, Bethpage.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Dean Katsubis. My address is 121 Newbridge Road, Hicksville, New York, 11801.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight on behalf of Alexandra Klimovich of 29 North Pershing Avenue in Bethpage. I'd like to start off by submitting, I have 3 letters of consent from the neighbors most affected, plus the 2 return green cards that came in the mail.
Thank you.
Okay, he's proposing to build a second-story addition, and the second-story addition is going to go straight up from the house that's already exists. So the variances we are asking for in relation to these, the second-story addition is being that it's a corner house, it's a side front variance. The requirement is 27.05 based on the average within 200 feet each direction. But the existing setbacks of the house are only 10.5 and 11.5. So if you take a look at the survey, the house is rather close to the side property line along Kearney Avenue, that direction. So it's not where the front door is, but it's the side front that we're asking for this variance on. It is not, and again, like to just emphasize, we're going straight up from the existing house that's there. There's no further encroachment into the front yard. In addition to this, we are asking for encroachment of eaves and gutters, which is a standard request for this type of variance. And then the second part of the variance that we're asking for is to legalize an existing portion of fence which is in the front yard setback. Now, the story behind the fence is he was here in 2007, and he at that point he filed a variance for a fence, a 6-foot-high fence, which is on towards the rear end of the property, and at that point he was misinformed that 4-foot fences don't need permits, which is true. So there was a portion of fence that was 6 feet, which did get a permit, did get a variance, didn't get a CO. At that point, he was informed that 4-foot fences don't need permits, which is to an extent that's true, with the exception of the corner property. So this fence got put up, and this got picked up at the time that they filed this permit for the second-story addition. The fence, I'd like to point out, is a 4-foot-high picket fence. It's been there at least since 2017. There's been no issues, no complaints. We kindly would like to request to legalize it if possible.
If I'm looking at the right one, it does come right up against the neighbor's driveway though, right?
Okay, the portion that comes up against the neighbor's driveway is the portion that was built with a permit and a variance. And he did tell me that he had to come back to this board at least twice back then, because it was proposed to be a corner, and then the board, I believe, they made, which is, from my experience anyway, he had to catty corner it, which is standard for when a fence meets a driveway. So, looking at the survey, I do see the fence that catty corners the neighbor's driveway, but that's not the fence that we're talking about here. We're talking about the picket fence, which is along North Pershing Avenue and Kearney Avenue. The first 30 feet by code are supposed to be 2'6" in height, and this fence is 4 feet in height.
But it's picket.
Sorry?
It's picket.
It's a picket fence, yes.
So it doesn't, the picket fence doesn't abut against the neighbor that's also on Pershing, 25 North Pershing?
Let's see here.
Here's the picket, and then the angle.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one
but
that's,
then-
this one has already been approved. He's, sorry, Flo, they're looking for approval on this,
Right?
Okay.
this, here.
So that-
It's
right,
right
so
up
that's-
against the neighbor's driveway. It ends at the driveway. All right, that's, all. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around it. All right. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any additional questions from the board? None. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is hearing number 12, which is appeal number 25-521, Building Brothers, located at 100 Duffy Avenue in Hicksville.
Thank you, sir. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
Matthew Calvo, 4307 48th Avenue in Woodside, New York, 11377.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time tonight. I'll be very brief. This is formerly New York Community Bank location at 100 Duffy Avenue. It's a corner building, a big office building near the Hicksville train station. They've been replaced by Flagstar Bank. This is their corporate headquarters. And all the signs that we're proposing are a replacement of a sign that's already there. And I can answer any questions that you might have.
Anyone have questions for this application? We're very familiar with the area. It's
Yeah.
an unusual corridor. Is anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? No. Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board?
None.
None. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You too.
Next is hearing number 13, which will be heard in conjunction with hearing number 14. These are appeal numbers 26-7 and 26-8, Santo Denjon at 133 Harding Avenue in Hicksville.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Ashley Lowe Kianese from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this evening on behalf of my client, Santo Denjon, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 133 Harding Avenue in Hicksville, New York. We are here this evening as a result of an application filed with the building department for a proposed property subdivision, proposed 2 new 2-story dwellings with basements on the proposed subdivided lot. The proposed dwellings are proposed to be built on a subdivided lot with the less than minimum required width of lot at the front of the property line of 60 feet, where the proposed width for parcel A and parcel B is each 40 feet, where 60 feet is required, for which we are looking for relief of 20 feet for both parcel A and parcel B. Additionally, the dwellings are each proposed to be built on a subdivided lot with the less than the minimum required width of lot from the front property line to the required rear yard of 60 feet, having a proposed width of 40 feet, for which we are requesting relief of 20 feet, again, for both parcel A and parcel B. Additionally, the proposed dwellings are proposed to be built with a less than minimum required lot area of 6,000 square feet. The existing lot is 8,000 square feet and is to be subdivided to the proposed lots, which would each be 4,000 square feet, for which we are requesting relief of 2,000 square feet for each lot. Lastly, the proposed gross floor area for parcel A and again for parcel B is 2,206, where the maximum permitted is 1,800 square feet, for which we are requesting relief of 406 square feet. Again, both dwellings are exactly the same for both of the rejections. I figured it was easiest to go this way. This lot size of 40 by 100 is not out of the norm for the neighborhood or this block. They are sprinkled all throughout the neighborhood. On this block specifically, 123 Harding Avenue is 40 by 100, as is next door, which is 123A Harding Avenue. Additionally, lots 11, 13, and 15 Fountain are also 40 by 100. These are, should this be approved, we would move forward with Nassau County Planning Commission. The homeowners are prepared to move forward with that. These are our only requests. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I have a struggle with this one. And I understand that there are comp properties on the block, which, of course, inures to your benefit, but it's just we are consistently hearing from residents in Hicksville that things are getting overgrown. This is, to me, a self-created hardship. I mean, it's essentially an economic boon that the owners want to get. I don't know, if they're original owners or if they bought it as an investment property, and nor am I asking. But, the neighborhood in general is single-family homes on standard size lots. I get that there are a couple of exceptions on the block, but for me, this would be a negative impact on the environment of the block, putting in double the amount of cars, double the amount of people, double the burden on the emergency services. I don't know how my colleagues feel, it's just sort of my 2 cents
I understand.
on the subject.
And the GFA is over as well on both houses, so it's not just the fact that we're downzoning into 40, we're allowing a house bigger than would even be allowed.
What are their intentions for the property if the application is not granted? Are they living there now?
Yes,
And they'll continue to live there?
in one of the homes. And then you mean if it wasn't granted, then yes, it would probably, I would assume, come back to the board and just redo that home.
Anybody in the audience today who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, are there any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, is there correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Thank you. I'll take a motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is hearing number 15, appeal number 25-505, Peter and Zemenger, 7 Beatrice Lane, Old Bethpage.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Colgart Mayer from Long Island Perfect Permits, 124 Front Street, Suite 205, Massapequa Park, New York, 11762. An agent representing Peter and Anna Esmenger, owners of 7 Beatrice Lane, Old Bethpage, New York, Section 47, Block 122, Lot 6. This property is in an R1-10 zone. An application was filed to maintain an existing shed, deck, and fencing. The existing deck does not have the minimum required side yard setback of 10 feet. The current setback is 7.8 feet. The deck was existing when the house was purchased in 1997, and the setback is short of what is required just because of the angle of the property. The existing 8.2 foot by 8.2 foot shed does not have the minimum required side yard setback of 3 feet. The current setback is 2.1 feet. The shed was installed in 2002. The existing rear wood deck and 8.2 foot by 8.2 foot shed exceed the maximum permitted building coverage of 20%. The existing building coverage is 26.9%. The existing 5-foot high iron fence exceeds the maximum permitted height across the front yard. The fence was installed in 2006. The abutting neighbors my client has spoken to have not expressed any issues with this being granted, and I have some photos to hand up as well. As you can see from the photos, the property is beautifully maintained and is, in great condition.
I'm just curious as to, so if the variance was granted for the deck and the deck is existing, why are we back on it? Like, what changed between the 95 variance and today?
Hang on one second.
Thank you. I mean, they had you understand what I'm asking, right? They had a variance for a specific deck plan.
Yeah, I haven't.
Take your time. I just wanted to make sure I was asking the right question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not roofed over, it's not enclosed.
No, so the original grant was side yard aggregate was 21.2. Now, I'm just trying to figure it out. Sue, do you know why it's back before us? Like, did they increase the size of the deck? Okay, so they expanded and modified it, and maybe they didn't realize that there was a variance on it. Well, because it's from 95, it's an older, all right, you don't have to shuffle, I was just.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize. I
No,
didn't.
no, I just
was
wanted to
looking
be
for
thorough.
the previous decision, but I don't appear to have a copy in my file.
I looked at it.
Okay.
The fence that you're here on, it looks like it's an open fence.
Correct.
Okay.
A chain link.
An iron fence.
Correct.
Right.
Great.
Want to ask them about the jet? No.
Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application?
So.
Seeing no hands, that is your Google Earth photo.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Never seen that
There we
before.
go.
Never
Can we get
seen it
approval for that? That's one for the books.
It's a fly zone.
Never seen a Google Earth.
Any other questions from the board? No. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
A motion, please.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to by your office. Maybe
Thank
have
you.
them look into that airplane. I don't know.
I will,
Let's look
yeah.
into it.
Thank you.
Here, we can put them back. Next up is hearing number 16, appeal number 24-477, an amendment application, Mark Sagliambene at 38 Wensley Road in Plainview.
Still under oath.
Again, for the record, Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. I'm appearing on behalf of Mark Zaglebine of 38 Wensley Road, Plainview, New York. We are requesting to amend the specific plan, which was presented under Zoning Board of Appeals decision number 24-477, dated January 23rd, 2025. During the course of construction, a roofed-over entry was added to the existing front platform. This roofed-over entry has a building coverage of 32 square feet, which increased the previously granted building coverage of 28.75% to an existing building coverage of 29.23%. There's no, we're not looking to enclose this in the future. We would have no problems with the board conditioning the application as such, that this not be enclosed in the future. Photos of the property were submitted to the board. That completes our application.
0.5%? You had to come in for 0.5%, huh?
Cross Ts and dot Is.
That is de minimis. Anyone wishing to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board?
None.
And you did very politely offer to condition it on no further
Yes.
enclosure, which we will take you up on. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Good night. Next is hearing number 17, appeal number 25-507, Lori Tollefson at 19 Cornell Drive in Plainview.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board.
Promise to tell the truth. Are you an attorney?
No.
Promise to tell the truth during the proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Jared Mandel, 25 Hillside Avenue, Williston Park, New York, 11596.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm here today representing Lori Tollefson for the property located at 19 Cornell Drive. We were hired as the architect. Try to keep it short. In essence, the property is, we were asked to expand upon the existing footprint. We needed to keep everything within the first floor because of their age and aging within the home, which led to a couple different aspects of the footprint of the house getting larger than maybe a little bit typical, but not intrusive on the neighborhood. So as we decided to add on, the lot coverage item has come up as an overage on what's required of the property. We're allowed 15%, 3,000 square feet. We're asking for 15.89%, which is 3,179 square feet. Essentially, in our request, all other aspects of the house are meeting the zoning code by pretty decent distances as well, from side yard setbacks to FAR, to every other aspect, which is pretty much an indicator that maybe one item within this as we started to expand, and there was a rear roof over in the back that had pre-existed, or was built and we're maintaining prior to this renovation. So essentially, we're asking for relief today just to, for that minimal, hopefully the board sees it as a minimal aspect of lot coverage.
The amount of 0.9%.
Yeah.
Wanted to compete with Mr. Palumbo and see. Well, and also, you know, the Cornell Drive and the college section of Plainview, they have very large
Yes,
lot
large
lines as
lots.
well. We're familiar with the area. Beautiful. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Nobody on the 0.9%. Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? None. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank
night.
you. Have a good night. Next is hearing number 20, appeal number 26-3, Bola M Realty LLC at 6261 Northern Boulevard in East Norwich, New York. And while the applicants are on their way up, I'm sure they're going to highlight this as well, but we understand that there was an error, was it in the notice?
Yes, it was.
There was
And
an,
in all of the postings and in the newspaper.
and that error was that it said the signs were going to be 22 feet, which is enormous and inappropriate. They're actually going to be?
6.2, both signs exactly the same size, 6.2. The first sign was advertised as 6.2 feet by 1 foot, 1.8 feet. The second sign was erroneously advertised, as it was stated on the rejection, at 22 feet by 1.8. It was supposed to have been 6.2 feet.
Thank you. And
You're
we did-
referring to, by the way, I'll give my appearance, Madam Chair. David Altman, Chief General Counsel for Bola Oil, 809 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York. Good evening, everybody. I'm assuming you're referring to the two mobile canopy signs?
Yes, sir.
Listen, just bear with me one more minute.
Sure.
And we did, Sue, try to reach out to the community leaders. We spoke to the civic leader and gave him the correct information, and
That
he
is
was going to
correct.
email it out.
And he was gonna email it out. We
Perfect.
did give him the correct information, copies of everything. He did look at the plans, and we had the typo fixed. And the plans always reflected 6.2 foot sign. It was on the notice of rejection that the number got carried over erroneously.
Perfect. And on my information and belief, that meeting was with Robert Brusca, who is the
That's
president of the
correct.
East Norwich Civic Association.
correct.
Perfect. Excellent. Counselor, we're ready for you.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Attorney for the applicant, as I said, David Altman. The property 62-61 Northern Boulevard, East Norwich, New York, Nassau County Tax Map Number, Section 24, Block B, Lot 948. Property is situated on the north side of New York State Route 25A, distant approximately 428 feet west of the intersection with New York State Route 106. Property is zoned general business. As this board is aware, and I think a lot of people within the community are aware, the station was recently built and opened, I believe, on November 29th. The lot itself is more than an acre in area. It's 58,629 square feet. We have lot frontage of 300 feet on Route 25A. On the east side of the property, which is the longer of the two legs, we have a depth of 235 feet, and on the west of 176 feet. History of the site, going back to 1964, is as a gas station with a public repair garage, the town board having granted approval for that specially permitted use on December 22nd of '64. Fast forward to December 10th of '24, 60 years later almost, and the town board granted an application to amend the previous special use permit, wherein the applicant at that time, and that applicant was not Bola, proposed to do away with the repair use and sought permission to develop the existing convenience store. That application was granted, site plan approval was issued, and the site was built, and as I mentioned, opened for business on November 29th of last year. In brief description of the existing site, the site has a convenience store of 3,999 square feet. Inside the convenience store is the Bola Market, as well as a Moe's Southwest Grill and Tim Hortons Coffee Shop. There are 8 fuel dispensers on site with an overhead pump island canopy, 2 curb cuts on the east and west side of the property, and then, of course, there is roughly a third of the property in terms of green space. I actually stopped there on my way tonight. It's pretty impressive in terms of the amount of greenery on that site. The applicant tonight, as mentioned, seeks 4 variances. They are all for the same thing. They are for additional wall signs on the property. As I mentioned, I stopped on the way tonight to fuel up, and I gotta say, the property looks slightly denuded because typically it doesn't have the Bola typical signage right now, in part because Bola was not the applicant when site plan approval was granted. As such, we're here before you tonight for the additional signage. As noted in the call of the meeting,
There are two variances for for canopy signs, the mobile canopy signs, one on the east-facing facade, one on the west-facing facade. Then there are two variances for additional wall signs on the south facade of the building facing 25A, one for the Tim Hortons, which would be on the, I believe, east side of the building, and then Mo's on the west. Or do I have that reversed? No, I have that right. Okay. That's it. No other sign variance relief is requested. It is simply for the number of additional wall signs. I will note that this is in fact consistent with other variance relief granted by this board to BOLA. And in particular, I will note variance relief having been granted to BOLA EM Realty for 285 North Broadway in Hicksville. That was case number 23-495. And I can submit a copy of that application or that decision to the board. So you have it. Copies for everybody. In addition, there was similar variance relief was granted to BOLA Operating LI Corp. at 620 Old Country Road, Hicksville, New York, case number 17-106. I'll submit copies of that decision as well for everybody.
May I ask a question while you're dispensing the paperwork?
Absolutely.
I fully understand the signs on the south side facing 25A. Tell me a little bit about why we need signs on the east and west side.
Of the canopy?
Yeah.
So you're right. So this is this property is situated on the north side of Route 25A. Principally an AM commuter traffic generator, right? You want to be able to have westbound traffic see the canopy and see the mobile brand sign. Right now, you have Rothman's at the corner, then you have the Chase Bank. There is in fact some street trees along the public right-of-way that precedes the site. I actually noticed that tonight as I was pulling up to the station, which partially obstructs the ground sign. So, it's difficult for eastbound or westbound traffic to actually see the brand at the station and what's inside the station. So putting that sign up on the canopy is additional notice to motorists, so they know what the brand is there, and they can make a safer turning movement into the site. Similarly, for those coming westbound, who may want to fuel, they can certainly make the left and then make the U-turn back into the station at the intersection of 106, 107. But again, you have commercial properties on either side of the station, consistent with, again, other BOLA stations and other gas stations in general within the town. So there's nothing new being asked for here.
Sure, I understand. There is a residential community located immediately behind.
Correct.
And I do have a letter, which I'm going to read into the record, that there is an impact, and we knew there would be. The town board granted it, we granted it, and, it was a balancing test. But I'm just wondering what covenants and restrictions are on the times that these signs are going to be lit.
Covenants, restrictions on the lighting of the signs?
The timing of the lighting, the hours.
The signs, again, do not face the residents.
I understand
right? I'm not aware of any limitation in terms of the lighting of the sign. I read the covenants. It's similar, the station is not open for business during certain nighttime hours, but there's nothing which limits the illumination of signage.
So they're 24/7 signs?
We can certainly, when the station is closed, we can certainly consider dimming the signs.
That's appropriate.
Yeah.
We can certainly do that.
We'll discuss that as part of our deliberations.
But the reality is, no residence is impacted by it. Again, it doesn't face anybody.
Well, what we're hearing is that there's light pollution in general hitting them since the BOLA went in.
I would respectfully disagree. I was at the site. All the lighting on the site, and I think Mr. Tartaglia could describe it in a little more detail, is LED, full cutoff, dark skies compliant, angled downwards. The signs themselves are all internally illuminated. Given that, I think the former gas station was closed for a while before this one was approved and reopened, right? When there's nothing there.
Got used to it,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you have a void. Now you actually have a going business. And look, I'll ask the board to bear this in mind as well. This site was not without substantial, and I mean substantial, investment. The cost for BOLA to build this station out was almost $6 million.
I believe, listen, I'm living in the area so long, I think Leslie's Pool Supplies was there when I was in like.
I do
school,
remember,
like, you
listen.
know, and there was plenty of stuff that went on in that parking lot that wasn't too kosher either.
Right, and we want to keep it that way. So
Yes, right.
and by the way, I'll add this, and this is a comment which we do occasionally get. Darkening a site does not benefit anybody. Darkening a site is an attractor for trouble. And it is a documented fact. We've had this at other stations where the community has said, well, you got to darken the site, we're in and among residents. Okay, but you're attracting trouble, particularly given the contents of the convenience store.
I understand.
So I just asked the board to bear that in mind.
Let's see if anyone is here that wishes to address the board on this matter. Mr. Mang, good to see you. How are you? Come right up.
What are the hours of operation of the gas station?
I think we close at 10 right now. We open at 6 or 6:30?
AM?
Yeah.
Okay, and 10 PM?
Yeah, that is in the existing covenant.
Okay.
Can I just say, sir, promise to the truth during the proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Your name and address, please.
Matthew Meng, 6481 Northern Boulevard, East Norwich.
Thank you, sir.
I represent the East Norwich Civic Association and have for 27 years. So I think I have a good pulse on the community. Dimming the lights. I spoke to David yesterday saying and suggesting that the last meeting we had of this year, which was February the 26th, it was brought up, how does the community feel about BOLA? We are all very excited. We're very happy with it. I was involved with that site going back to Cumberland Farms, which took a lot of years, which eventually became a larger billion-dollar corporation absorbed by the EG Group, I believe it is. So one of the things we did when TD Bank came into the community, we asked them to dim the lights in the evening. So if you go by TD Bank at night, you will see that the lights have been dimmed. They even removed a couple of lights in the overhang, and they have an overhang where you can drive up and make deposits or what have you. So the security is still there, having dimmed the lights. If I may jump around a bit.
Dim the lights opposed to turning them off?
I would not suggest turning them off, and we are concerned about security, and that's why we fought the application for 7-Eleven, and we won that application by the town denying the 24-hour openness, because we felt that would cause a major disruption. So on that end, we're very delighted with BOLA. Of all the people we had at our February meeting, which was the first meeting of this year, we were delighted. The concern was dimming the lights, keeping the lights downwards, and I don't know if any of the representatives of BOLA have visited the site in the evening, but it is extremely bright, and it could be dimmed a little bit. The signage of mobile on the northwest canopy is set back further than any other sign. So I wonder why that has to be there. If this board decides you have to have 2 BOLA signs on the canopy, then on the southeast, you have one here. On the northwest, it's over here, more facing Messina Market. If you're going to have one, I would suggest it be put down here, further away from the residents to the north. And certainly, once these signs go up, I would strongly suggest that all the temporary signs come down. And I think that would be it for my comments.
What temporary signs are we talking about?
There are a number of signs that currently exists there. Well, let me get a, in the southwest corner, you have a big mobile display of the size they're proposing on the canopy. Equally large is a now open sign. Half as large is a Mo's sign. And on the, again, on the southwest, you have the Tim Horton sign, which is even larger than the mobile sign. And then you have a small sign, but a prominent sign saying now open.
I'm sure the applicant will speak to that when he gets up and let us know what the intent is with the temporary signage.
The only other comment, everybody loves the American bunting around there, but everyone says, isn't it about time to take it down? And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ming. It's
Thank you.
always nice to see you. Anybody else who wishes to address the board on this application? Yes, ma'am, please come on up.
Hi, I'll tell the truth during the proceedings. And your name and address, please.
Lorraine Baldwin, I live on Russ Lane, directly behind the property.
I didn't hear you, Lorraine.
Lorraine Baldwin,
Baldwin, and you live where?
19 Russ Lane.
Just speak into the mic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Try it
evening.
again. My name's Lorraine Baldwin, I live at 19 Russ Lane, directly behind the property. I would like to support what Mr. Meng has said. I don't know who submitted a letter to you, it wasn't me. They've been terrific neighbors since they opened. Some things I was concerned about, I'm no longer worried about at all. They're very busy, there's not a lot of noise being generated. I lived in that, I lived next door to the property through all the years where it was very derelict, where there were black pools of no light and a lot of questionable behavior and cars and nonsense going on in the property. So I understand the value of the lighting. I would request, though, that the amount of ambient light now not be added to.
Ma'am, please talk this way. Thank you.
My concern is that this additional lighting, particularly if it's left on, I woke up at 4 o'clock the other night and I looked outside, and although it's not devastatingly bright, it's not dark, and there is a whole glow above the property when you look towards the Bolo property and the parking lot, and I just would ask that those additional lights, which would add more to the ambient light, be dimmable, and consideration be given to the neighbors behind. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out, we appreciate it. Anybody else who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, we'll call you back up. Are there any questions from the board?
So you've heard from the community?
I have, and I did speak to Mr. Meng, and I appreciate the comment, thank you. There are, on the east and west facades of the canopy, temporary vinyl signs. One facing west, I believe, is Mo's, because there's no Mo's signage externally, and the other one is Tim Hortons, facing west, again, because there's no external signage at the moment. Those signs will be taken down, assuming this board, in its infinite wisdom, grants the applications here, with regard to the additional mobile canopy signs and the Tim Hortons Mo's wall signs. As to sliding the mobile canopy sign on the west facade south on the canopy, I'm going to ask Chris if he to address, Chris Tartaglia, our project engineer. I suspect it may not be possible.
Can I just swear you in, sir?
Of course.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address, please.
Chris Tartaglia from High Point Engineering, 1860 Walt Whitman Road, Melville, New York, 11747. So to answer the question that David posed, if we were to put the canopy signs back to back, if you will, or at the same corner, that actually violates the corporate standard for mobile. They're not allowed to have the signs directly opposing each other on the corner. It's just, unfortunately, a corporate standard for Exxon and Mobil. I think the key point that David had mentioned is that these signs are, they do not face the residents. They're not visible from the residential properties at all. They face the roadway, and it's just really for capturing that eastbound traffic, because there are legal lefts permitted into the site. The DOT, in case some of the folks here don't know that, there is a left turn lane that was created, and there are legal left turns into the property permitted, so we are capturing that traffic heading eastbound. And because of the location of the signs to the east side of the property, that west-facing sign, which is on the west side of the site, is actually quite valuable to garnering those customers. I hope that answers the question.
And I think before you said, nope, back to you, sir. I think even before you left the lectern, before you had indicated a willingness to dim the.
Yeah, we'll certainly discuss it with Bola's principal, Mr. Singh, in that regard. I will note, by the way, that the signage as proposed, as well as lighting, is in fact compliant with the town site design standards as provided in the zoning ordinance, so it's consistent with what's required.
Thank you very much.
That concludes.
Do we have any correspondence other than this one letter I'm going to read?
Okay. And then Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Thank you. We do have one statement, which I'm going to read into the record, was mailed in by a resident. It says, "To the members of the Zoning Board of Appeals, my name is Peter Canizaro, and I am a resident and property owner in East Norwich. I have been engaged with this property and its impact on our neighborhood for some time, and I am submitting this statement in opposition to the 4 signage variances requested by Bola M Realty LLC. I have experienced the light impact directly. This is not a theoretical concern for me. Since the Bola station began operating, the light reaching my home has changed noticeably. When I close my blinds at night, light now leaks in from the sides in a way it simply did not before. What used to be a dark room is no longer one. On overcast nights, this effect is even more pronounced. When there is cloud cover, the light from this location spreads and reflects in a way that is clearly visible from the neighborhood. You can see the site glowing. These are not minor inconveniences. They are a measurable change to the quality of life in this neighborhood, and they are already happening without any additional signage." Then he goes into the scope of the request, restating the application, which I'll just leave as it is, but noting that he does have the 22.11 feet, and we have discussed, in fact, that it is 6.2 feet.
Yes.
Together, these signs would broadcast light in multiple directions towards adjacent residential properties. The problem I'm already living would get meaningfully worse. The concerns I'm raising are not just personal. Research on the effects of artificial light at night is well established, and studies have consistently pointed to real consequences for sleep health in the surrounding environment. The ordinances exist for a reason. Ordinances are not arbitrary. They exist to protect residential neighborhoods from commercial light intrusion, visual clutter, and quality of life degradation. The law draws a line. The applicant is asking for 4 exceptions to the line at once. Residents who live near commercial corridors rely on these protections, and each variance granted without demonstrated hardship erodes that protection for anyone. Many affected residents may be unaware of this hearing. The required notification radius for this application is only 100 feet, which is accurate. That's what's required. For a commercial property on a busy intersection, that is a narrow reach. Many residents who would be directly affected by the light and visual impact of these signs likely never received notice and do not know that this hearing is taking place.
What's the address?
The address of the person?
Yeah.
31 Hawthorne Road in East Norwich. I'm almost done. No hardship has been demonstrated. The standard for granting a variance requires a showing of hardship. Wanting larger or more visible signage is not a hardship, it is a preference. The applicant operates a functioning business today under the existing rules. None of the requested signs serve a safety purpose. Unlike lighting that improves pedestrian or traffic visibility, oversized illuminated signage exists to increase brand exposure, which is a commercial benefit to the applicant, not a benefit to the neighborhood. Cumulative impact and precedent. The intersection of Northern Boulevard and Oyster Bay Road is already a heavy lit, commercially active corner. 4 additional oversized illuminated signs add to an environment that is already difficult for nearby residents. Beyond the immediate impact, granting 4 simultaneous variances to a single applicant sets a precedent that invites similar requests from other commercial properties along this corridor. This board should not consider just this application in isolation, but the signal that it sends. This board and the town have previously acknowledged the impact of the facility on the neighborhood as reflected in the restrictions placed on the property's operating hours. I ask that the same consideration guide the board's decision here, and it will. Requested relief. I respectfully request that the board deny all 4 variances as submitted. Should the board find any merit in the application, I ask that conditions be imposed requiring non-illuminated signage or automatic dimming or shut-off of any approved illuminating signage consistent with the property's restricted operating hours. Thank you for the opportunity to be heard. Peter Canizaro, and he's from Hawthorne Road in East Norwich.
I would ask, by the way, for a copy of those letters, if you don't mind. You can email them to me tomorrow.
I'll email them.
That'd be great.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would just add for the record, by the way, along the fence line on the north side, there is a growing row of, it looks like arborvitae, cypress, et cetera. that will continue to grow. Those plants are going to get to a good 20, 25 feet, maybe even 30 feet.
Wonderful.
So we can also talk, I will talk to Mr. Singh, who is a big advocate for plantings, as this board may or may not be aware. So I will talk to him perhaps about some additional planting in the
We
back.
really appreciate that. That's way to be a good neighbor. Thank you for
We're
that.
not adverse to it.
So with that, I'll entertain a motion.
Decision?
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. And we are now on, you will? You may. Last but not least, holdover number 1, appeal number 25-361, Milton J. Robotham of 69 Hillside Lane, Syosset, New York. Good evening, and sorry that you had to sit through a longish one for your last licks.
It's okay, I pushed it off by one meeting, so.
Can I just swear you in, promise to tell the truth during these proceedings, sir?
I do.
And your name and address, please.
Milton Javis Robotham, 69 Hillside Lane, Syosset, New York, 11791.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Guys, shh, gentlemen,
Take it outside. Thank you.
sorry. What
All
brings
good.
you before us this evening?
I have a variance or appeal 25361 to have a shed maintained in my yard.
Thank you, sir.
I brought some photos to share. The aesthetics of it was paramount in my decision. So you'll see that it's not very visible from the street. From some angles, not visible at all. I did file a variance previously to have the fence that was there reinstalled as a vinyl fence, and that was granted. I thought it was good because it was now my backyard. After getting a permit to install gas, I found out that it's still considered my front yard and I need to have a variance for the shed.
Understood. So it's not that someone complained, it was just you were getting another permit
Yes,
and they flagged it?
yes, they flagged that and a few things. So,
Okay, I got it.
and from the pictures, you'll see that it's not very visible at all. And the aesthetic was definitely something I considered.
Appreciate that. Anyone in the audience wishing to be heard on this application? I'm going to say no. Seeing any hands? Any
It's the good
questions
thing
from the
about being
board?
last.
No questions from the board?
None.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you all very much. Have a good
Thank you
evening.
very much, and have a good evening. Okay, should we go right into voting? It's only 8:17. Holly, you need a break, or you're okay?
You gonna take a break?
Nope, she's just going to plug her computer. You need a break, Flo?
You need a break? Nope.
I need a break, I need to make a phone call. No, let's go right into it.
Let's go right into it, okay.
Is Holly okay?
Holly is good. Good night. Get while the getting's good. I didn't quite make my record. I was looking for my PR, but we did all right.
You did.
Okay, so we're not doing
So,
holdovers, we're just going,
No, we're gonna go start from the beginning.
okay,
Please.
very good.
Okay, first up is hearing number 1, appeal number 25-509, Robert Solomon, 6-foot vinyl fence.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Girardi, seconded by Mr. Griffin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Next is hearing number 2, appeal number 25-510, Patricia McAnally.
We have one letter of consent. I'll move it.
Second. Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Holly, I was just going to ask, do you need us to,
You don't have to do the hearing, just the appeal number.
the appeal number, and do you need me to say the names of who's moving and seconding? All right, even better. Appeal number 25-519, Russell Children Irrevocable Trust. This is the basketball court, the detached garage.
It is a big piece of property. Everything is really well done. There's a lot of greenage blocking it out. No neighbors came. Yeah, I agree, some things were built, but no one
Correct.
seems to have a problem. It's been existing for a while. I'll move it.
They were, they said that they would remove the plumbing from
The plumbing is
the
coming out
garage.
of the garage.
It's already shown on the plans.
It's shown on the plan coming out, yeah.
Moved by Mr. Griffin, seconded by Ms. Alessia, and all in favor, aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Appeal number 26-2, this is an existing open porch and a shed. I think this was
I'll move
fine. Kathy will move it.
Second.
Flo will second it. All in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Appeal number 23-639, this was,
A decrease in size previously approved.
and the village already approved it. I will move
That's
it.
right. I'll second.
Rebecca and Kathy, all in favor. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 6, Tara Lynch, existing second kitchen in a one-family dwelling for use as a parent-child. And this is in conjunction with hearing number 7, which is 25-482. So she's got the pavilion in the backyard with a bathroom. They're going to have 3 vehicles in tandem. They have,
Cellar entrance, which was not permitted in their prior variance.
not great. What do we think about this, folks?
Well, all right, so number 6, the parent-child, I don't have a problem with.
Yep, agreed.
Why don't we let them take out the 2-piece bathroom
Out of the cabana?
out of the cabana?
Do that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the bathroom in the cabana. I wish that there wasn't a cellar entrance, but I don't think that the cabana bathroom is being used for someone to,
No. What is the basement being used for?
he
showed
he
pictures.
showed
I saw the
pictures,
photos.
mostly storage.
It looked like storage. Okay, that's what I assumed. Or a party, playroom.
What do you think, Flo?
Back and forth.
I mean, it's a toilet for the pool. I don't have a pool, but if I did, I wouldn't want my kids bringing water into the living room.
Or their friends.
Yeah.
Put 'em in bushes.
All right, so I'll move it.
Do you want to, you feel strongly about it?
No, I don't feel strongly about it. I'm
Okay.
going back and forth.
Okay.
I mean, it's existing. I think it's, Kathy moves it. I'm okay to second it. I don't really have a problem
Okay, I'm
with
good
it.
with it then.
Okay. All right, all in
Opposed?
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The
Who
ayes have it,
seconded?
so
Opposed,
moved.
right?
I did.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Hearing number 9 is appeal number 26-11. Now, here I have a problem, okay? This is Chris Gray's application. The people came in for a variance and then totally thumbed their noses in what they were given and did what they wanted. And frankly, I'm disinclined to grant any of it, if I'm being honest, unless someone talks to me a different way. Maybe just because I'm sitting in Rita's chair.
Well, I was to the property, and of course, you can't see the back. The 2 sheds, you're talking mostly the existing roof over deck?
Correct.
Yeah, I know. So,
And did we condition it at the time that the original variance was granted over no further enclosure? Because I know a roof isn't an enclosure, but it is something.
roof over
I'll pull
front
the-
porch with
I'll put
bathroom
up,
steps, grade.
Thanks.
Um,
How does anybody else feel about this?
I mean, they don't need the both sheds.
Well, this is the one with the pool in the backyard.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
see where it
And
is.
we got a couple of these tonight. I get it. It's a problem when we give people relief and then
Do it anyhow.
they go a little further.
There was no condition.
Okay,
There is no condition.
there's no condition.
What about the 2 sheds? Like, they were supposed to move the big shed and then went
Oh,
ahead and built the-
definitely,
Then went ahead and built the pool, so,
they were supposed to remove the bigger shed, which is which one, A?
that's
Yeah.
what I understood.
It's 8 by 14.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to move to deny A, and I'll live with the rest, even though I'm not happy about it. Anyone else?
Deny.
Agree.
Deny A, grant B, C, and D.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to move it that way. Can I have a second?
Second.
Excellent, and seconded by Mr. Griffin. All in favor? Aye. Any
A,
opposed?
it
Ayes
was
have it.
Rebecca and Brian,
Brian,
right?
yep.
Yes.
And deny, just A is denied.
Correct.
Also, could I just, the
Yes.
conditioning of the screening for the.
Yes, he did
Pool
agree to
equipment.
shrubbery.
Yes, he agreed to screen
Okay. I
so
didn't
that
know
it
if we
cannot
had to
be
read
seen
it.
from the
Yeah.
street,
Mhm.
Yes.
and
AC and pool equipment.
no
Yes.
further enclosure. Please.
Of the, yeah.
Next is appeal number 25-506.
This is the fence that he agreed to angle the corner,
That's right. That was,
that where it meets the neighbor's driveway.
Correct.
He's gonna take out 6-foot section at
yes.
the corner.
You got that, Sue?
So condition, angle fence at corner.
Yes.
Correct. I'll move it.
Second.
Kathy and Flo, all in favor. Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved.
Okay.
Appeal 25-513. This is the second story immediately over the first story, no increase to footprint. I think this was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, take it
straight up.
fence.
I'll move it.
Okay, I'll second.
Rebecca and Kathy, all in favor. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Appeal 25-521, this is the 100 Duffy Avenue signage. I mean, this is as easy as it gets as far as I'm concerned.
Four-story building.
Yep,
Yep, I'll move it.
Brian
Okay.
and Flo. All in favor, any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Appeal number 26-7, which is in conjunction with 26-8. This is the subdivision. Sorry, because I have to make a little bit of a record on this. And I want anyone else's input as well. From my perspective, this area of Hicksville along Woodbury Avenue, it is noticeable to me that we are getting more and more applications asking to build all the way out to the property lines, build to the hilt. There's no need for this to be a subdivided lot. This is absolutely a self-created hardship. It is going to have a detrimental impact on the environment and the residential character of the neighborhood. And I'm just not in favor of the overbuilding in our beautiful communities and neighborhoods. That's how I feel about it. So I'm,
So while I agree with you, there are 40-foot lots, you know, in the area.
Next door.
there is one other on the block. That is a precedent, but we don't have to make more precedent.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Again, I'm not looking to force it down anyone's throat. Brian, one set of homes does not a precedent make, or you feel we're putting ourselves in a legal
I
bind?
agree with that concept, and I'll go further, that this is a request not just to come off the zoning, but to come off it substantially, right? Not to take it down to 50, but to take it down to
Right.
40. In addition to that, they're asking to build housing that's bigger than even required or allowed, right? So it's a variance request that is extremely significant in an area that is getting extremely overcrowded. And this will, no doubt, add to that. It will add traffic, it will add parking problems, and it downzones the neighborhood. I oppose.
Okay, I'm going to move to deny it.
Okay.
Can I have a second on my
Second.
motion?
I'll second.
Kathy will second. All in favor?
To deny.
To deny.
Deny two flow
Okay, yes.
Unanimous denial on 13 and 14, with apologies to the,
with Rebecca and Brian, right?
with apologies
Yeah.
to the woman who did the application, because she's lovely, but sorry. Next is appeal number 25-505, Peter Ensminger. This is
Small deck in the back.
small deck in the back. This was fine.
Corner property.
Okay. You want to move it, Ken?
Sure.
Second.
And Flo, all in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Amendment on appeal number 24-477. This is a roof over added to the existing front platform, revised new dwelling. Oh, this was Mike's half a
Yeah.
percentage application. I'll move this.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Second.
funny, half a
Okay.
percentage.
Is that
No,
you,
no
Flo?
enclosure.
No further enclosure
Okay,
conditioned.
right.
Uh,
And Flo, that was you, right?
Rebecca and
Yes,
Flo,
second.
yes. All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Appeal 25-507, Lori Tolifson. This is another 0.8 of a percentage application in an area with very large lot lines. I will move this.
Second.
Great, Rebecca and Brian, all in favor. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. 18 and 19 were both postponed. 20 is Bola M Realty.
Okay, Bola,
So,
my suggestion, I'll go there. I'll go there after hours. I mean, I'm over there 3-4 times a week anyway. So for me to go and see what the lighting is. The fella that wrote the letter, if you look on the map, the guy's like,
A block, yeah.
well, he's like half a mile away. I mean, it's not a half a mile, but he's not close.
So do you like us to put it on reserve for you to go take a look?
Honestly, to be fair to the community, so they see that we, put some time into it, I don't have a problem with going there at night when they're closed.
That's terrific. We really appreciate that. I drive by there all the time, but I think it would be good for you to see it, so we're going to put it on reserve.
I need you four here, though, at the next hearing, then.
Mhm.
You can't put things on reserve, and then I don't have a quorum, because the others can't vote. So I don't have a problem with putting it on reserve, but this is part of my problem, is that when I have a small amount of you,
Yeah.
and then if
Right,
people
I
are
got it.
absent,
One
the
person's
next one,
out,
and then
you
the
can't
next one,
vote.
the next one,
It'll keep
and
bouncing.
then, then I can't ever bring them back for vote.
Yeah.
What,
I respectfully understand, but if you could just look at your schedules, and if you know that you're all four gonna be here in 2 weeks,
Well, if not, if they agree to
They didn't agree. That's, so,
dim the
so
lights,
he- So he did not agree, so we either deny him or we reserve it.
The attorney said they were gonna dim it rather
Nope.
than turn it
No,
on.
he said he had to
said,
discuss
"I'll
it with
take
the
it
owner.
back."
Yeah.
So it really has to go on reserve.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Because
Just-
I'm not willing to pass it without it being
No.
dimmed.
Okay.
Listen, we have a
Uh,
balancing test
That's
here, right?
fine.
The residents are concerned,
fine.
and we need a business to be viable. There's a
Yes.
meeting here.
And that,
We'll
and
get
that gives
there, but
Flo the
it's
opportunity
not there
to,
yet.
to go
Could
see
I don't have
it.
a
Flo
problem
go-
going, I mean,
But could Flo go and then tell you,
No.
oh, he has to
Have
do
vote
it?
in public.
Okay.
I'll put it on reserve, but just look at your schedules and let me know when.
Yeah,
So I
nonetheless,
can bring it back. you
as
know what I
Brian
mean?
points out, we have to
Right.
bring it back, because we're not gonna, I mean, we could just give it, we could grant it with the dimming, and then they'll, but it's
And
nice if everybody could be
and he's
happy.
right, there is screening there as
Okay.
well, so.
So let's put it on reserve.
Oh.
Okay, for inspection.
For inspection.
Hold on a second.
Inspection.
Yes,
What?
So we can grant it with Demi?
Yes.
What?
we can.
Are we going to do that anyway?
Right, what if he comes back and says no? The guy said no.
I mean,
You can condition it.
I condition it right now,
Okay,
And then that's all set.
and then that's it. They don't want,
all right, so,
You can condition that, dimmed after whatever.
It
whatever
was
that's
business hours.
discussed.
so we are prepared to grant the application.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's
As,
good with me, but how do you, I don't know.
What?
How do you enforce, what's demming? You know what I mean?
Well, they're happy, even
How
Mr.
many
Mang
looms is?
was happy with the dimming with the other buildings.
He was.
Right,
it's to be dimmed in,
right.
So they should be consistent with the other.
with the
With
TD
the
Bank.
on the-
Yeah.
Dimming.
Diagonally across the street.
So we're gonna find out what that number is,
Okay.
what
What the
percentage it's
decimals,
dimmed.
Condition.
Whatever.
Oh, how do you want it worded?
We are gonna condition it on dimming the signage lights alongside the hours of operation of the market.
All signs.
Of
What?
all-
All.
The
All
four
signs?
signs, all four signs in the
These,
application.
just these, the ones that are facing,
I don't think we
on
can
the wall.
condition it on anything, we can't make conditions on something that's not before us.
On the four in front of us.
On
When
the
they
four
close,
that
the
are in
pumps
front of
are off,
us.
so the lights, those lights are off.
That's different. We're just dealing with the four signs that
Can
are.
only deal with what's in front of me.
Well,
Okay,
but he
condition
also
all
brought
four
up about
signs.
the gentleman from the Civics.
Ming.
No,
Mr.
the
Ming.
gentleman from the Civics.
Mr.
Mang.
Mang.
Okay,
Mang, oh, sorry.
Matthew Mang.
Okay.
Mang.
He brought up the
Matt
temporary
Mang.
signs. I mean, how do you tell a business they can't put up temporary? So if he wants to put up a new sign tomorrow, gas $3 or something, he can't?
Well, again, that's not in front of us.
Yeah. Those temporary signs
But
are
he
coming
brought it
down.
up, and,
But
Those
they're coming
temporary
down.
signs are coming down. put
He
on the
said it
record.
on the record, but he may put up other ones, we don't
right,
know.
that's what I'm saying. So you can't,
Okay. The four signs that are in front of us are going to be granted. They're going to be granted as they're appearing in my worksheet, which says 6.2 feet, not
Correct.
22
Yeah,
feet.
And that's what's showed on the plans.
Perfect. They are going to be granted with the condition that they are dimmed in conjunction with the business's operating hours, the Bola Market operating hours,
Which were approved by the town board.
which were approved by the town board, and we would like them to be dimmed at the same percentage that the TD Bank is dimming their lumens,
Neighboring lights.
neighboring
I
lights.
had
Well
wrote
said.
down condition. We talked to him about conditioning this.
Yes, and he
Okay.
said he had to take it back to Mr. Singh, but he is
Right.
going to take it back as a take it or leave it, because
Right.
that's how we're granting it.
Okay.
just
I
need to-
will
need-
move it.
Okay, well,
A second.
Mr. Griffin will second it. All in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved.
Okay.
Excellent.
Holdover number one was Appeal 25-361. This gentleman was very patient and sat here for his lovely shed. I will move it.
I'll second it. Okay.
Thank you. We have extensions of time on appeal number, well, I don't have to detail them. The 1, 2, 3 extensions of time, which I am going to move based upon the current economic climate, which is ugly.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Favor?
Okay, and I just need 2 names for the parent-child extension calendar.
The gentlemen reviewed them together, and they did a bang-up job, if
Great.
I do say so myself.
Bravo.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's all right. 8:34.